Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video on Mastemon BT8. Mastemon DNA Digivolution is a crazy mechanic, guys. So this is a yellow-purple deck focused on the starter deck Mastemon, who is a DNA Digivolve level 6, where you basically fuse two fives, evolve her for 0, and then get her a crazy on Digivolve effect. That's kind of the goal of this deck. So naturally, your ratios are a little bit weird. You're playing a lot of level 5 Digimon to kind of, fuel that Jogris evolution. Now, you don't really ever want to Digivolve her without DNA Digivolving, as you'll see here in a little bit. It's really advantageous to just bide your time and go into her by DNA Digivolving. You have lots of stuff to help with that. You've got 4 copies of this new Tsukaimon who helps you search all of your angels, fallen angels, stuff like that. You've got yellow purple mixed cards and in the form of Wizardmon, Lotmon who can evolve from purples. You've got Gatomon, which is probably the best support card in the deck, being able to reveal top 3, add 2 Digimon from those. It can be yellow purple, doesn't have to be the specific angel type. And then also when you evolve into either your Lady Devimon or your Andromon, you basically get to evolve into them for a cost of 1. And then not only that, but this end of the turn effect that both the Gatomon and Salamon both have is really crazy, allowing you to DNA evolve basically as you are passing turns. So you could do something like, evolve into a level 5 and then hard play a Magna Angemon, pass it to your opponent's side, but then you're still resolving Gatomon's effects, and then you can DNA Digivolve into your Mastemon here, which is really crazy. So then you've also got your Lady Devimon, your Star Deck Andromon, who is, these two are really nice, especially this one, because you can play it off of the Mastemon, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -2, and then still get the Mastemon pop to kill a level 5 or lower, which is really crazy, hence why you're playing something like Lucemon Chaos Mode in this deck, because if you play him, not only do you get to kill an opponent's level 5 off Mastemon, but then you also get to delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lowers, or their tamer. So this combo is insane with Mastemon, and then Omnimon Sword is a crazy card in this deck because you get to bring back 2 of your purple level 5s and then just immediately DNA Digivolve with them. So this card is ridiculous. You've got, of course, got your other support cards like Chaos Great, Ultimate Sacrifice to go with the Lucemon, Analog Boy, or Analog Youth, whatever his name is. And yeah, so that's the deck list. Let's go ahead and get into some gameplay, see how it works. So my opponent is going to start. He's playing the X-Antibody Dorumon Black deck, which is really cool. I actually really enjoy that deck. A nice control deck that basically just tries to stack a bunch of materials on their big boss monster. You see, to my hand, I've opened pretty decent Analog Youth, Pulsemon, Skymon. Can't really complain with all these searchers and consistency cards. My opponent is going to activate his copy of Kota Dolmoto, which is his tamer that lets him play, when you play it, you get to search the top 4 cards of your deck, add an X antibody from those cards to your hand, which is really nice that it is a consistency card as well as a memory tamer. I really like that card. So I'm going to go ahead and play my Skymon and then play my Analog Youth, which not only lets me reveal top 3, add any Digimon I want, but then it trashes the remaining cards, which is really essential in this deck because it helps sets up your trash for your Mastemon play. So now I'm going to play my Gatomon for a cost of 5 reveal. Top 3 get to add any 2 purple or yellow Digimons, or one of each. It's a +2 basically is my point. That is really fantastic. I'm playing Eismon there, as you can see, because it is a really nice way to get a free level 4 on the field. Whenever you discard him, you get to just play him for free. My opponent is going to go into the Dorugamon, which has blocker, I believe, if it has X antibody in its material, but he's just going to go ahead and straight evolve into the Dorugreymon, which lets you, when evolving, discard a card, or not discard, I think, yeah, attach it to the materials, and then you get to basically keep yourself immune from card effects as well as DP reduction. It's really cool. I guess he didn't deem it necessary since I'm only at 2 memory with nothing crazy on field, but I do have the Gatomon, and I can definitely Digivolve into something like the Lady Devimon. I've got the starter deck one as well as the 1.5 Lady Devimon that lets me draw 2, discard 2. So I'm going to go ahead and Digivolve into her. And since it is a Fallen Angel type, I get to reduce that cost to only a 1, which just feels so absolutely fantastic. Drawing 2, discarding 2, and then playing the Mastemon off of its effect once it decides, once I decide which ones I want to discard. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Pulsemon and then bring back the Mastemon. So then now I've got a champion as well as an Ultimate on field. Unfortunately, can't go into the Mastemon yet because I do not have a yellow level 5 in my hand at this moment. If I did, I could even hard play it, and then during the end of my turn, because I've got the Gatomon inherited, I could just go ahead and Digivolve straight for free. Now I'm going to run into an Alphamon in security, which says at the end of your turn, or at the end of the battle, if this card, you add it to your hand, and then if you had an X antibody, or I think also Royal Knight on field, you get to basically prevent all of your opponent's Digimon from attacking for the rest of the turn, which is really, really crazy. So then I'm going to draw 1, discard 1 after my little Skymon dies there, and then potentially Digivolve. Yep, I'm going to Digivolve into the Lady Devimon effect to... I'm going to go ahead and reveal the top 3 cards of my deck and add any Angel, Archangel, or Fallen Angel to my hand from those revealed cards. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Magna Angemon, which is a really, really cool card, especially because of its interaction with the starter deck Gatomon there. You can do something like play Magna Angemon for 7, pass your turn, get recovery +1, and then during the end of that turn, basically resolving your effects, you get to Digivolve into Mastemon for 0, which is really sick. My opponent's going to go into Doragoromon for 3, swing and use its effect to stick something underneath its materials, an X antibody Digimon, and then you get to then delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with play cost equal to or lower than the number of cards on that Doragoromon. So I believe there are currently 5 materials right now, so thankfully he can't kill anything on my field, but he also does check like 3 cards because of the multiple Doru Greymons. He also gains a bunch of attack, like 1,000 for each material, and he's got the Dorugamon as well. So he gains a lot of attack is my point. So he's just going to end things off by playing the Toy Agumon for 3. Now, keep in mind here, the Doragoromon should also reboot here. He also does have the Toy Agumon. It's not going to be relevant in this situation, but just keep that in mind. He will reboot technically. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 3, Digivolve into the Salamon. And now that I've got the materials I need to go into a Mastemon, we can pull off some shenanigans here, okay? So I'm thinking about the most efficient way to do it, but unfortunately, since I don't have a level 4 on field, I'm thinking I just have to like hard play the Magna Angemon and put my opponent to 4. Well, first I guess I'm going to go ahead and Digivolve Wizardmon, and then I'm going to play Magna Angemon, put my opponent to 6, use this effect, trigger recovery +1, and then at the end of my turn I can DNA Digivolve into a card from my hand by using those 2 Digimon on my field, so Magna Angemon and Lady Devimon fuse into Mastemon for a cost of 0, draw, and then I get to use Mastemons when Digivolving effects, so I get to place a yellow or purple Digimon onto my security stack, look at my security stack, and then pick a 5 or lower Digimon, and then play that Digimon for free. Then Andromon's on play effect activates. I'm going to -2 security attack on the Doragoromon, and then Mastemon's effect will then delete something on my opponent's side of the field that has play cost, or that is a level lower than, equal to, or lower than Andromon's level, so level 5 or lower, which is really, really crazy. That effect also, fun fact, is not once per turn, so if you find a way to trigger that multiple times, play Digimon with effect multiple times, you can definitely pull off some shenanigans. So my opponent is going to attack with the Doragoromon and then use its effect potentially once again, and both of my Digimon do have a play cost of 6, both my Andromon and my Lady Devimon, so he'll be able to kill both of them. So then my opponent actually only chooses to delete one of my Digimon here. Doragoromon does say you can choose up to. Now, usually there's no reason why you wouldn't want to choose 2. However, my opponent, shout out to my buddy here, he's basically throwing for content, guys. So shout out to him, and you'll see it won't make too much of a difference in the end. But yeah, anyway, so that was intentional, albeit a very questionable play. So after that, my opponent is going to Digivolve into the Dark Tyrannomon for 1, and then we are going to see a Doragoromon hard played for 11. Now keep in mind I should be actually at +1 memory because the analog youth I didn't actually trigger on my opponent's turn to gain the 1 memory back because my Angelmon was deleted. Whenever one of your level 5 or higher Digimon is deleted, you can suspend Analog Youth to gain a memory. So that's really, really nice. So I'll actually start with 7 memory, and then this will technically unsuspend during my unsuspend phase. So then I'm going to bring out my Wizardmon, and starting with 7 memory, oh boy, there are a lot of shenanigans I can do. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Mastemon, putting my opponent down to 3 security. And then, unfortunately, I would like to play the Magna Angemon, but I'm going to put my opponent to 3 by Digivolving the Magna Angemon. And then, since I've got the Salamon, I can then DNA Digivolve them into the Mastemon at the end of my turn for a Digivolve cost of 0. And then use Mastemon's effect to get back something from my trash, put it on top of my security, look through my security, and it's just going to be the Angemon again. Play the ultimate, prevent one of my opponent's Digimon from checking more than a couple security cards by giving it security attack -2, and then killing the blocker there and stunning the Doragormon all in the process. And I've also got the blocker in the form of a promo Gatomon there, since I do have purple Digimon on the field. So it's really, really nice. Not actually going to be too relevant, I think, because he can probably just blow up the blocker with the Doragormon. But now my opponent is at 3. Digivolves the Toy Agumon. Got double Doru on the field. Can't do anything about that. It's going to swing at Mastemon with the giant one, and then not use its effect to stack anything, but just delete my Gatomon and then run over my Mastemon. Unfortunately, going to be able to lose. I'm going to lose that, but I will be able to then suspend Analog Youth to gain a memory and hatch an egg. Then we're going to see the other Doru attack. Since this one doesn't have security attack -2, it will still just check 1 card, putting me to 2 security. And then we are going to see a Gogmamon played for a play cost of 8, leaving me with 6. Drew into the Chaos Degrade, so that is a really, really nice top deck. And let's see what I can do. I'm out of Mastemons, but I do have ability to get back resources. I could potentially try using like Analog Youth to dig into my deck further, but I believe 2, if not 3 of my Mastemons are already in the trash right now, so it might be worth it to just play Matt and add it back. But at that point, I wouldn't be able to go into the Mastemon that turn. And then finally, we're going to catch the fact that the Doragormon does have reboot. I'm going to swing over the one that doesn't have any Digivolution materials with my Mastemon, and then potentially play a Tsukaimon maybe, or play an Analog Youth, just something to get more resources, because my opponent still does have 3 security. I only have 2. It might be worth it to hard play a blocker if I can dig for 1, but I don't actually know. I don't think I'm playing that many blockers in this build. You guys will see the list, but I don't think I'm playing too many. But regardless, but I'm just going to play the Tsukaimon for a cost of 3. Revealing the top 3, we see a Zwart there. I'm going to be able to grab the Lady Devimon and then put the rest at the bottom of the deck. But now I'm only at 3 memory, and then I'm just going to Chaos Degrade, put my opponent to 5, placing the Doragormon on top of the security, and then trashing the top card of my opponent's security, effectively getting rid of his Digimon without actually triggering any on-deletion effects or anything like that. It's a really cool interaction, but you do need both yellow and purple cards on the field to play it. So I prevented myself from losing, or so I thought. We are going to see an Alphamon hit the board for 3. Alphamon is going to swing at security. It's 12,000 right now, and then gain back 2 memory because of his effect. And then we're just going to see the Toy Agumon attack, checking the last security card is the Salamon, and but wait, my opponent is playing the Grumblemon. So guys, that is going to be game. If you did enjoy, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.